Hey guys, today we have the Valk 2. As someone who's not a 2x2 expert, I'm going to need some help from my good friends here, the good 2x2s. So just in my opinion, the best 2x2s right now are the WAPO M and the MGC. Some people like the GAN as well, so let's just throw that in there. Wow, what a shiny box. Too bad it doesn't matter and I'm going to throw it away. Cubing packaging is ridiculous. What is the... Geez, a giant piece of plastic that I don't want to throw away, but I have to. All right, let's get started. All right, feels interesting. The first thing I noticed is that it's heavier than the other cubes. Let's try corner cutting. Okay, 45, obviously it can do it. Let's go a little more than 45. Still, yeah, still does it. Okay, reverse corner cutting. It's really close between what's reverse and what's not. That's actually really good. Yeah, only that one spot. All right, let's test my good friends over here. Okay, so this is the WAPO, and I would say its corner cutting is, it's about as good, which is what I'd expect. I mean, I don't expect giant improvements in 2x2 hardware. 2x2s are already very good. MGC, I would say maybe is a little not as good on corner cutting, especially right here where I'm trying to do regular corner cutting. Yeah. Okay, so as I expected, right there where I'm trying to corner cut, this is like the maximum it's going to corner cut where it doesn't know which way to go. It only does it on some sides, not all the sides. And that's what I expect. I mean, that's what usually happens when cubes start corner cutting everywhere. I mean, I don't actually have that much to say about it. I don't know what I expected, but it's just really good. Like my main here, the Supernova WAPO M, which... let's see. Now that I'm trying this, I can see that this is actually less stable than the Valk. That's one thing I'm noticing out of this. That's probably the greatest improvement over the other cubes. The MGC is pretty stable, although it's not as fast. Yeah, so I like the Supernova WAPO M because it's super fast, and the MGC is just like more stable. I guess we found a balance between those two in the Valk, and that's the improvement that it's made over other 2x2s. Well, I don't mean a balance, I mean it's got the best of both worlds out of those two, which is what I like about this. But just doing some turns is never good enough, so I'm going to start doing some solves and see how that goes. Thank you to SpeedCube Shop for sending me this cube. If you want to buy this cube or any cube I ever mention, link is in the description and discount code is also in the description. So I wanted to get this review to you guys quickly, and plus I know I'm not going to practice 2x2 for a week straight anyway, but I can say that the Valk 2 is really good, and here's why. What I suspected earlier is true. It is just as stable as the MGC, and it is just as fast as the WAPO M. Well, maybe not as fast as the WAPO, but at a certain point it doesn't really need to get faster because it's fast enough that my fingers do what they want to do, which is fast enough. I'm not a 2x2 pro by any means in terms of like how fast I am and what algorithms I know, but in terms of how quickly I can turn a 2x2 and what finger tricks I think is like you're going to use most of the time, I think that I can say pretty confidently that the Valk 2 is one of the best 2x2s. It most likely is the best one because of the things I talked about being more stable and just as fast as the other good cubes. Now the thing is, it is still 2x2 and it is not going to give you a boost in times just from having this cube. If you are using a budget cube, this may make you faster simply because it is now not a budget cube and doesn't have any of the problems that a budget cube does. The reason why I think this one is the best is because it takes the least amount of adjustment from you in order to get used to it. Because on 2x2, if you make a small turning mistake, that costs you your whole solve. So you need every solve to be as perfect as possible. So it is only a very small improvement over the other 2x2s, but I think that if you are serious about 2x2, then it is worth it. For example, for the MGC, I force myself to turn a little harder, and for the WAPO, I have to control myself a little bit. But for the Valk, it just feels natural. It feels like this is how a 2x2 is supposed to turn, and I feel like I can do what I want to do, which is essentially what you want on a 2x2. On 3x3, there's all this stuff about stability and different layers because you can't hold every layer at once, but on 2x2 you can, so it's really just up to how well does this cube work within your hands, and the Valk 2 works the best, at least for me, and I think for most people. I would also encourage you to go watch what other good 2x2 solvers have to say about this, although as far as I've seen, the consensus has been that the Valk 2 is really, really good. Now, if you're not ultra serious and you just want like a great magnetic 2x2 that you don't think has to be perfect, then go ahead with the YJ MGC, which is a lot cheaper. But my opinion is that the Valk 2 is the best one, so if you're looking for the best one, then the price shouldn't really matter. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time.